Welcome to Taj 777 presents Taj Cricket Club League T10 Cricket Ka Asli Animal. It's match 22 between the Bellville Blasters, sponsored by D247, and the Tygerberg Tigers, sponsored by Golden 444. So without further ado, let's go and see what is like out in the middle at the pitch and get the toss. Taj 777 presents the Taj Cricket Club League T10 Cricket Ka Asli Animal. It's match 22 between the Bellville Blasters, sponsored by D247, and the Tygerberg Tigers, sponsored by Golden 444. And we're here having a look at the pitch, and it is very hard. There is still some grass on it, quite dry. We are expecting it to be a good pitch for batting. You've got to bat well, though. You've got to be able to play the ball on its merits. Got to be able to make sure that you're keeping wickets in hand up front. Trying to build partnerships on this wicket can be difficult. It is a little bit slow, but as we say, there should be runs in this. We're expecting that the team who wins the toss will possibly bat first. So we're here at the toss for this match number 22 between the Bellville Blasters, sponsored by D247, and the Tygerberg Tigers, sponsored by Golden 444. The Bellville Blasters captain Andrew Surdane today, who is going to be tossing, and it'll be Tygerberg Tigers captain Andy Adams, who's going to be calling. It's a tail called, and heads is the result of the toss there from umpire Ivan de Jong. Andrew, what are you deciding to do?
We're going to have a bowl first, actually. The deck looks nice and hard. We think it's not going to change at all, so we're backing on batsmen to chase down whatever the bowlers give us, yeah.
Okay, overhead conditions are pretty dry as well and hot today.
Yeah, it's lovely having the weather we're having. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game as well. Not going to be too much assistance for the bowler, so just bowling line and length is going to be important, but we're backing our bowlers to do the job for us today.
You're all 4 points from 5 matches and not really where you would want to be on the log. Are you looking to really put the foot in today and make it work for you guys?
Yeah, so looking at the first year's tournament, we also had a run of a few matches where we didn't quite get over the line. Towards the end of the tournament, we came good, and we're hoping that it will be the same for this tournament.
I wish you all the best for the match today. Thank you very much. Andy, you've lost the toss and you're going to be batting first. Are you happy with that?
I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, it's a win-win, I think, with the toss. I don't think the wicket will change too much. Overhead conditions, like you said, it's dry and all that. So, yeah, it's just the way you execute your plans. I think if you execute it correctly, then you might stand a good chance of winning the game.
You've got a bit of a double-header today. At the moment, you're on 6 points from 4 matches. So you win this game, you'll be up there with Durbanville Dynamos.
Yeah, that's absolutely great with the guys. They showed their potential throughout the tournament now. And, yeah, we take it one game at a time, though.
Well, we wish you all the best for the match today.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. So the news from the toss is that the Bellville Blasters have won the toss and they're going to have a bowl first. And welcome back to us here at this Taj 777 presents Taj Cricket Club League T10 Cricket Ka Asli Animal. It is the match between the Tygerberg Tigers and the Bellville Blasters. and the Blasters have opted to field first. I'm James King, the Cape Fox, and here with me today in commentary is Andy Daniel. Andy, an interesting choice to decide to bowl first.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, after the first match that we watched this morning, it's going to be difficult to chase on this pitch. So getting a big score is going to put you in a very, very good position. And that sounds an obvious thing to say, but it was so difficult for Kryfontein to get anything away. Okay, they sit bottom of the log, but it was just an inside edge was their only boundary from the whole of the match of their innings. So, yeah, very interesting. I certainly wouldn't have bowled first, but maybe Bellville have got something up their sleeve and know something we don't know.
You never know, but that match this morning, earlier on today, Durbanville Dynamos getting over the line there and going up to 8 points on the log. And here's the Tigers from Tygerberg in fourth position at the moment, with the Bellville Blasters in sixth place. So Tygerberg Tigers have got another match of this one against the Dynamos, but they're on 6 points. They can go to 8 points with a win, and they are batting first. So, as you said, we saw earlier on today, 112 from the team batting first, and then team chasing could only muster 43. That's probably why the Knights are at the bottom of the table and the Dynamos are on the top.
Yeah, absolutely. Dynamos just got off to a flyer. They lost a wicket second ball, but then after that, they built a fantastic partnership of nearly 100, and then from then on it was easy for them to just hit it everywhere. But like you said in your pitch report, James, there is a bit in this pitch for everybody, and we saw that in the second innings, and that's why we find it so surprising. The ball just swang a little bit, it did a little bit off the pitch, but in the first innings we found it sat up, and it sat up nicely for Durbanville to hit those sixes, hit those fours. So bowling a sort of closer length to the wicket, bowling it a bit further up and a little bit wider, that's where people struggled. Trying to dig it into the pitch, it wasn't getting the height they wanted. Easily pulled. A lot on the onside, a lot was hit for 6 and 4 on the onside.
Yeah, as you say, very important to get your length right on this pitch from the word go. Line as well, as you were saying there. And we noticed in the innings for the Knights earlier on today, they just weren't able to get those balls away when they were played into the right areas and really struggled. And that certainly wasn't the case for the Dynamos, and we're going to see now whether the Bellville Blasters are going to be able to get the ball in the right places. And if they are, then the possibility is that they are going to restrict the Tigers to a score that they can then chase. But it's all to play for here, and going to be joined here as well by Wali Khan, and he'll be with us in a few moments, and we'll be giving you some Hindi commentary as well. As we see, the two umpires are out in the middle already, is Ivan de Jong, and with him is Conrad Bass, and they will be standing again today. Third umpire is Jason Harrison. As we see, the opening pair for the Tigers, it is Chaden Hendricks, and with him at bat is going to be Matthew Florence. And so they have a left-hand, right-hand combination. And as we say welcome here to Wali Khan. Welcome, Wali.
Thank you. जी आज के दिन का second मुकाबला, दूसरा match.
You're not coming through. So we see here the batter there for the Tygerberg Tigers, and for the Blasters, it is going to be Andre Bernhardt who's going to be opening the bowling for them from the Taj 777 end.
Yeah, Bernhardt would have been taking some heart from the last game and some tips from that with the right-left combinations. Bowling across the left-hander was where Kryfontein really struggled to get the ball away. A nice straight line from over the wicket across the left-hander is probably where you want to bowl, and then wide Yorker length to the right-hander is where there was real struggle just to try and manipulate the field and try and move that ball to the onside. Kryfontein Knights just couldn't do it.
And we see set up here from the field. You would sense he is going to be bowling outside the off stump with the man at third on the boundary. That's just played into the covers to the man on the ring, and they can go through for an easy single. Always a single there, Andy.
Yeah, a little loosener from Bernhardt, but maybe just a little hint of movement in the air as well. We're going to keep our eye on that. Boiling hot here. But there is a little very welcome breeze coming across the ground that just picks up every now and again.
That certainly helps to keep it a little bit cooler, but very warm conditions here today. And certainly the bowlers are going to be taking on, and the field is taking on a lot of refreshment, you feel, during the course of even these 10 overs. And there's a bit of a change to the field here. Well, in fact, it's a very similar field to what they had for the right-hander. And it's the left-handed Matthew Florence on strike. Yeah, that's a good delivery outside the line of the off stump. Florence not really doing anything to that, just almost standing still and just waving his bat around a bit.
That's the exact line I was talking about just a minute ago. Wafting around outside off stump. Just because there is that little bit of movement in the air, just two minds for the batsman of whether to try and cut the ball or try and come more straight at it. It's that's definitely the line for Bernard.
That is certainly not the line for him. He's going to concede the first extra of the innings with that one going well down the leg side. And to the wicket keeper, who is Kian Smith. And we have with us Wali Khan here, and we'll be talking to you in Hindi. Wali, interesting decision at the toss for the Blasters to decide to bowl first. Oh, that's beautifully played through the offside for 4. Matthew Florence taking full toll of a ball that was over-pitched to him, and he got the width, and that really is exactly what you need to do with this type of delivery. On the up. Played it beautifully. In fact, it was not a half volley at all. He played that on the up through the offside. Stunning shot from the youngster.
Yeah, Bernard just straying a bit more towards the pads that time. But that's 2 balls now. Florence has moved down towards the bowler. And again, he goes again. He's trying to make Bernard mess up his line, trying to make him second guess. Exactly what we were saying when Cruyff weren't doing. This is exactly what Florence needs to do. Just get Bernard off his length. That first ball that he bowled that went to the offside of the left-hander, he's trying to cut that out now by cutting that angle down.
जी हाँ, आज के दिन का दूसरा मुकाबला अच्छा शॉट लगाया, कवर की जानिब 4 रन्स मिले और बहुत ही शानदार बॉल विकेट को टारगेट किया 1 रन के लिए.
Yeah, good running there from these two, just recognising that they could just drop it down and run, and that's exactly what you need to do. Keep the scoreboard ticking along, even if you're not able to play it off the square, try and get through for those singles.
Yeah, very proactive first over, from these 2 batsmen. Looking to drop it, looking to run, looking to rotate the strike. We know that the right-left combo, if you can get it right and keep rotating it, really makes it difficult for bowlers.
Oh, that's a good delivery. And I don't think he's going to get anything from umpire De Jong. But it was a very good delivery. That was probably the best delivery of the over so far.
Beauty, he just pulled his length back. Look at that movement off the seam. Yeah. Like we said, there's something in it for everybody here. Yeah. And because he banged it in hard at speed, bang, it just zipped through. Beautiful delivery.
Yeah, and we did see that earlier on as well. If you're prepared to put your back into it and really bowl a heavy ball, as we say, you can get reward on this wicket. It's 8 without loss at the end of the first over. And I think that both teams probably won't be too unhappy with that. The Tigers wanting to make sure that they make the most of the hard ball, and also the fact that there are only 2 fielders outside the ring for the first 3 overs. As the bowler coming on now is Steph Lee Lawrence, and he's so far taken 1 wicket in the competition, and 19 runs for him. So not too much that he's had the time out in the middle, it doesn't look like. But he's going to be given the opportunity to open the bowling here from the golf ticket end.
जी हाँ, एक खूबसूरत ओवर ब्लास्टर की जानिब से टॉस जीतकर बॉलिंग का फैसला किया. देखते हैं कि ये कैसा साबित होगा इनकी टीम के लिए. अच्छा विकेट पहले मैच में हमें पहली इनिंग में रन्स देखने को मिले थे.
And that is really played beautifully there by Chaden Hendricks. A 1 bounce 4 and outstanding stuff. He just, again, Andy, look, just take us through this.
Well, stand and deliver. It was a juicy little half volley, and he did what it needed to be done with it. And he smashed it straight back over the bowler's head. So Lauren's under pressure after the first ball.
Yeah, exactly what the batter wanted to do with that, and he's not going to hold back. Oh, that one is in the air, and that's gone out to the leg side, and that is another boundary. He picked that one up beautifully off the middle stump line, it looked like, and that was another outstanding shot, and now Lawrence really has got a problem.
Yeah, Lawrence getting some problems with his length here. I'm sure Wally can help us with this, but that's two kind of half volleys on the spin. Second one too close to the pads and flicked away into the onside.
And that's cut very nicely, and a real chance for a run out there, but Lawrence not able to get back to the stumps in time. Bit of hesitation from the batters, and that was a chance, you feel, for Bellville.
Yeah, Lawrence just dragged his length back a little bit. Tried to get that bounce up there, tuck the batsman up.
And that's another one out into the leg side. I think that's going over the boundary. Oh, what brilliant, absolutely brilliant work on the boundary by the fielder, who manages to jump up and push it in to the boundary. Stopped a certain six. What outstanding fielding there by Leon Laviskachny. That was absolutely brilliant. It's exactly what you want as a bowler. But looking at this again, look at that athleticism. That is absolutely incredible stuff.
जी हाँ, क्या कमाल का स्टॉप किया अपनी टीम के लिए, 4 रन्स बचाए, शानदार लाजवाब फील्डिंग.
Nicely played again, and this again important. They're keeping the scoreboard ticking over. Only the one dot ball in the over so far, and already 11 off it. It's exactly what the men from the Tigers would have wanted first up here from their two opening batters.
Yeah, Lauren's only got one ball now at the left-hander. We've seen anywhere around the pads is getting flicked away, so he needs to change his width. Here's his first ball at a left-hander, so try and push this again across the batsman.
And that one may be caught and is called wide by umpire Conrad Base, and they go through for the single. It's not tidied up behind the wickets, so that is even more runs in the over. 13 now off this over from Lawrence, and it'll be Hendricks on strike. He'll be looking for another one of those juicy half volleys, I'm sure.
Yeah, Hendricks starting to find rhythm now, and this has come from them rotating this strike, like you said, James. Both getting a decent amount of balls. This will be the 8th ball Hendricks faces now.
That one he's got over the man at backward point, and that has gone down to the boundary for 4, so the wide brings not only the extra single off the wide, but also a boundary off the last ball. And this was short and wide, and it deserved to get hit there to the boundary. So an excellent over for the Tygerberg Tigers and Chaden Hendricks.
जी हाँ, बहुत ही शानदार बल्लेबाजी टाइगर्स की जानिब से. जितनी तारीफ उतनी कम. ब्लास्टर ने टॉस जीतकर पहले बॉलिंग का फैसला किया. आई डोंट नो क्यों बॉलिंग पे गए, क्योंकि आज के दिन का जो पहला मैच हुआ था बहुत ही शानदार मुकाबला हमें देखने को मिला. डायनामोस की जानिब से एक अच्छी बारी खेली गई, बहुत ही कमाल की बैटिंग की उन्होंने. तो बैटिंग विकेट है, आपको बैटिंग के साथ जाना चाहिए था, लेकिन यहाँ पर आपको कम बैक करना पड़ेगा अगर ये मैच में इन होना है तो.
Jared McCulloch, it is going to be into the attack, and you'll see what he can do to try and stem this run rate. Going to see how, let's have a look at the field once he's set this up for the left-hander. Doesn't look like he's going to have third deep. He's going to third in the ring. He's got a man, has he got a man out deep? No, he has the man at, they've got 2 men out on the leg side. So they've got a man at deep mid-wicket and a man at long on. Otherwise, for the spinner, it's going to be a ring field on the offside. So 5 men in the ring on the offside, and then the 2 out on the leg side with the 2 men in the ring. Oh, that's a good delivery. First up.
Oh, ballsy as well. McCulloch just throwing it right up there. Saying, come on then, Florence, you have a go. Geez, challenge accepted.
Challenge was definitely accepted there, and that's really well cut off. And they come through for the single, though. That was really hit with some venom, as we've seen already from Hendricks. 18 off 9, or sorry, 17 off 8 he's got at the moment. So we'll see how he's going to go to the left. Let's just look at this replay again. He did get all of it, and it was really, it was well stopped in the end in the cover field. Similar field for the left-handed Florence. And that is just pummeled straight down the ground for a boundary. That is a beautiful shot from Matthew Florence. He doesn't want Chaden Hendricks to have all of it, does he? Let's look at it. Really good shot down the ground for 4.
Yeah, Hendricks starting to tick now.
Oh, sorry, Hendricks again.
Lovely shot.
Apologies there as this one's played through the leg side. They're going to turn for 2. So Chaden Hendricks, he doesn't want to get off strike, does he? I thought he was off strike in the previous delivery. Apologies for that. But he's really got himself going here, Chaden Hendricks, 21 off 9.
जी हाँ, बहुत ही कमाल की बारी खेलते हुए हेनरिक 10 बॉलों पर 23 रन, एक मरतबा फिर सीधे बल्ले के साथ खेला साइड स्क्रीन की जानिब और अच्छा ही स्टॉप, उतना ही खूबसूरती के साथ, लेकिन 4 रन मिलेंगे. कमाल का शॉट.
Yeah, another outstanding shot from Hendricks, straight over the bowler's head, and the man coming around, even though they have put that man at long off finer, not able to stop that one getting to the boundary. Great stuff here from the youngster. That's down the leg side, will be signalled wide, and that one, he was eyeing that one on the bank, I think.
Yeah, he was. He went early. I think McCulloch actually saw him and kind of tried to push it there, but you know, anything down leg side, the umpires are not the nicest people with that.
Yeah, and that's good bowling to end the over, is it? From McCulloch, he gets that one wide outside the off stump, but the damage you feel has already been done as the men from Tygerberg, the Tigers, have got 37 in the power play, which is well above the average we've seen in this tournament so far of around 25.
Yeah, Hendricks especially pushing that ball around, 5 boundaries already to his name. We didn't see too many boundaries early on in the earlier game, so this is boding very, very well for the Tigers at the moment.
So 37 without loss, and Hendricks has had the majority of the strike, and he's hit the majority of the runs. As we see a change of bowling, it's going to be Eddie Skitter who's going to be coming on to bowl his spinners from the golf ticket end, and he's had a really good tournament so far. In the one innings, took 3 for 5, and that was a match in which the Blasters were successful, and he's going to be up against Matthew Florence. Florence, as I said, only faced 6 balls. He's just been rotating the strike and giving Chaden Hendricks the strike, and why wouldn't he? Strike rate for Hendricks of 225. It's outstanding stuff. Oh, he starts down the leg side to the left-hander. Not what he would have wanted.
जी हाँ, बहुत ही अच्छा आगाज है. पावर प्ले में 37 रन आए 12.65 की एवरेज के साथ. कमाल की बल्लेबाजी नाइट्स की इस जानिब से.
And that is just, trying something different there with the reverse sweep. Just off the pad. And still keeping the runs ticking along here.
Yeah, Scudder just, that's 2 now. That would have probably been called a wide as well towards the leg side. So interesting now. We're going to see him to the right hand of the man in form, Hendricks.
And that's fielded nicely at backward point. No run there. He's got the 3 men out on the leg side. Deep square, deep mid-wicket, and a long on. Got a long off. And trying to see the 4th man on the boundary. 5th man on the boundary. Just dabbed into the offside. This is good now from Skitter. We've got a man out in deep cover. Yeah, thank you very much, Wally. So we're just obstructed from my view by the cameraman's umbrella. It is a scorchingly hot day here today, Andy.
Yeah, and Skitter pulled his length back for that first delivery to Hendricks and then pitched it right up and in the block hole. So far, apart from the wide and the leg bite, Skitter now doing his own hard work. This is the sort of over that's so far that they needed.
And got to finish it well now. As often you see the last two balls of the over that can go for runs. So how you end the over is very important. Is he going to end it well? Scudder, he's got just the 4 off the over so far. Yeah, and he does do well there outside the off stump. Hendricks cannot lever that and get it through the offside.
And this is the difference between the two overs. McCulloch was a bit predictable where he was putting that ball. Scudder's mixed it up.
He got hold of that, and it's if that doesn't have it, he's really chalked it more than anything else. And the man at deep mid-wicket comes running in very quickly to prevent any thought of a second. Thought he'd got more of that than he did have. And that's a very good over from Scudder, just going for the 5 runs. And it's 42 without loss. And we hand over to Wali Khan for the next over.
थैंक यू बहुत ही शानदार और अच्छा कमबैक किया अपना एडिस की जानिब से 4 रन्स पर ओवर समाप्त किया अपना बहुत ही खूबसूरत बॉलिंग उतनी ही अच्छी बल्लेबाजी देखने को मिली हमें पावर प्ले में टाइगर्स की जानिब से एक अच्छा शानदार आगाज़ टाइगर्स की जानिब से आखिरी ओवर बिफोर द टीजिक टाइम आउट तो देखते हैं न्यू आने वाले बॉलर कौन होंगे कैमरन पीटरसन आएंगे जी आई थिंक कैमरन पीटरसन लेफ्ट आर्म सीम बॉलर हैं अच्छा बॉल डाउन द ग्राउंड खेलना चाहा दूसरे की कॉल तेज भागना पड़ेगा रन आउट होने का चांस ओ बहुत ही करीबी मामला हो सकता है करीबी मामला थर्ड अंपायर के पास जाना पड़ेगा अंपायर का सिग्नल बहुत ही खूबसूरत थ्रो किया लॉन्ग ऑन बाउंड्री की जानिब से फील्डर ने और सीधा जाके स्टंप को लगा तीसरे अंपायर के ऊपर फैसला गया है दो रन्स मिलेंगे जी नॉट आउट बहुत ही कमाल की रनिंग बिटवीन द विकेट देखने को मिली हमें कैमरन पीटरसन एक मरतबा फिर हेनरिक सेट बैट्समैन और स्विंग किया लॉन्ग ऑन की जानिब गैप में है बॉल लेकिन 1 रन तक ही महदूद रहेंगे अच्छी इनिंग खेल रहे हैं हेनरिक 32 रन स्कोर कर चुके हैं अभी तक 18 बॉलों में बहुत ही खूबसूरत बारी लगाई पावर प्ले में चारों तरफ ग्राउंड के खेले एक शानदार स्ट्रोक देखने को मिले हमें अच्छी पोजीशन में है टाइगर्स की टीम 104 रन्स का प्रोजेक्टेड स्कोर हमें दिखता हुआ हमारी स्क्रीन के ऊपर लॉरेंस करेंगे सामना बहुत ही अच्छा बॉल खूबसूरत बॉल फुल लेंथ बॉल था दूसरे की कॉल और कमाल की रनिंग बहुत ही शानदार रनिंग बिटवीन द विकेट इतनी अच्छी एफर्ट नहीं थी फील्डर की जानिब से बहुत ही लेजी आए स्लो आए पहले बॉल को पकड़ने में उसके बाद कमाल की रनिंग बैट्समैन की जानिब से और 2 रन 1 रन चुराया उनसे एक मरतबा फिर पीटरसन ओ क्या खूबसूरत शॉट खेला है कमाल का टच लेकिन फील्डर मौजूद थे रनिंग बिटवीन द विकेट बहुत ही आला कमाल की रनिंग 2 फिर उसके बाद 1 फिर 2 7 रन 4 बॉलों पर बगैर किसी बाउंड्री के कमाल की रनिंग है बहुत ही अच्छी लाजवाब बारी खेलते हुए मैथ्यू एंड हेनरिक ओ व्हाट अ शॉट ये क्या गजब का शॉट था मैथ्यू फ्लोरेंस जितनी तारीफ उतनी कम लाजवाब शॉट रिवर्स किया सीमर को और कमाल की शॉट जितनी तारीफ उतनी कम बहुत ही आला बहुत ही खूबसूरत अंदाज में खेले सीधा जाके लगा गोल्डन 444 के बोर्ड को एडवर्टाइजमेंट करते हुए यहाँ पर मैथ्यू गोल्डन की एक मरतबा फिर मैथ्यू, ओ अच्छा बॉल, बहुत ही कमाल का बॉल, कम बैक करते हुए पीटरसन, एग्रेसिव, बहुत ही आला कमाल का बॉल। आपका अग्रेसिव तो दिखाएंगे जब आपको 4 रन मिलेंगे। तो अभी
जी
हम
हाँ
चलते हैं
दोस्तों,
जी
पांचवें
गोल्फ
ओवर की
टिकट
समाप्ति के बाद
स्ट्रेटेजिक टाइम
अब
आउट
समय हो चुका
ताज
है
प्रेजेंट बाय
गल्फ
ताज
टिकट
777।
स्ट्रेटेजिक टाइम आउट का। जैसा कि हम देख सकते हैं, गल्फ टिकट द्वारा स्पॉन्सर्ड हमारी ड्रिंक्स कार्ट अब मैदान में आ रही है और दोनों टीमों के खिलाड़ियों को रिफ्रेशमेंट्स देगी। अपने दर्शकों को यह मैं याद दिला देना चाहता हूं कि गल्फ टिकट है यूएई का सबसे ज्यादा भरोसेमंद ऑनलाइन लॉटरी ड्रॉ। यह है फुली रेगुलेटेड, रजिस्टर्ड एंड ऑथराइज्ड लॉटरी ड्रॉ फ्रॉम यूएई। आप अभी gulfticket.com पे जाके अपनी किस्मत का खेल खेल सकते हैं। जी हां दोस्तों, gulfticket.com पे जाएं, वहां पे लॉग इन करें, अपना अकाउंट खोलें और खेलिए अपनी किस्मत का खेल। अपने सपनों को उड़ान भरिए और मौका दीजिए अपनी जिंदगी को बदलने का gulfticket.com के साथ। गल्फ टिकट की टैगलाइन है शेयरिंग मिलियन स्माइल्स, और ऐसे ही करोड़ों लोगों के चेहरों पे मुस्कुराहट लाने के बाद गल्फ टिकट आपकी जिंदगी में भी खुशियां भर सकता है। आपको केवल ये करना है कि gulfticket.com पे जाएं, वहां पे अपना अकाउंट खोलें और हिस्सा लें गल्फ टिकट के वीकली ऑनलाइन लॉटरी ड्रॉज में। बिल्कुल दोस्तों, गल्फ टिकट सिर्फ एक प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं है, यह है एक सिम्फनी ऑफ होप, एक कैनवस ऑफ पॉसिबिलिटीज, एक टेस्टमेंट है पावर ऑफ ड्रीम्स के लिए। अब समय बर्बाद ना करें, तुरंत जाइए gulfticket.com पे और खेलिए अपनी किस्मत का खेल, क्योंकि गल्फ टिकट ही है यूएई का सबसे ज्यादा भरोसेमंद ऑनलाइन लॉटरी ड्रॉ।
And yes, it is 3 times T10 cricketing in action today. We're in the second match, and it's the third match coming up between the Durbanville Dynamo, sponsored by JSK1, and the Tygerberg Tigers, sponsored by Golden 444. That match coming up at 3 p.m. local time, at 5 p.m. UAE time, and 6:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, as we see these two batters going back to the crease. And Andy, it's been an outstanding partnership so far, 53 off just 30 balls.
Yeah, we were just saying how busy they've been.
Yep.
You know, they've run probably about 20 runs, I think they've run. There's
Yep.
some extras in there, and then obviously the 7 fours that we've had. But just really busy, running twos that are usually ones, and running that first one hard. And all of a sudden, without really putting in too much effort, at the halfway stage, they're at 53 and they haven't lost a single wicket.
Yeah, 7 boundaries so far, all fours, no maximums as yet. And we have got a change of bowling now. Leon Labuskachny coming on from the Golf Ticket end. Thought they might keep Skitter on, actually. He had bowled a very good over, the 4th over of the innings. But no doubt he'll be bowling again later on. And it's been really great from Chaden Hendricks. That strike rate of his really up there. And he's been the one who's been really getting the ball through the boundaries, or to the boundaries, and no false shots we've seen from them necessarily as yet. That's are they going to turn for the second? I don't think so this time. They don't. That's gone very good throw there from the deep to the wicket keeper Smith, and they're through for just a single.
I think the other thing to know is that they haven't given any chances either. There was a bit of a one dodgy run there, and there was a good ball from Skitter that almost got him. And I'm thinking McCulloch's first ball was good, but they haven't actually given any chances yet. They've moved around the crease left and right. They've worked it offside, onside. Bowler's nightmare, to be honest.
And that shot, he's played that absolutely beautifully. He has nailed that one, and it is just the one bounce for, and outstanding stuff. That's the second time we've seen him play that shot, and he's executed perfectly.
Beautiful. And the problem that Labuskachny's got now is that they're taking his width away from him.
Yeah.
So he's trying to put width on that so they can't do it. And Florence has now twice just turned the bat around and gone, challenge accepted again. So They're taking everything that's thrown at them. Now, Labuschagne got a decision to make. Does he go straight there, which means it's being flicked off the pads, which is they've been doing, or does he stick with the length and hope that Florence has a waft at one and gets a nick off it? So there's a lot going on in that little head of Labuschagne right now.
Yeah, let's see what he's going to deliver now. And he does bowl that one into the... that one, yeah, looks like that has gone all the way. They're just going to be checking. It looked to me like it had gone all the way. And as you were saying, what's he going to do now? And I reckon that was the ball he'd have to go through, bowling it into the pitch. And it's a fantastic Taj 777 maximum here.
Yeah, but that ball's sat up nicely. If you go too short, it's going to stick up into the air. And he got dispatched. If you're going to bowl it into the deck, it's got to be a bit forward. You've got to get that carry through to the keeper. So the ball's on the up.
I just flicked that one beautifully, and it's just fallen short. I thought he got more of it than he did have, but just fallen short of the fielder coming in from deep mid-wicket. Jared McCullough coming in there, but that is another single, 12 off the over so far. And as you said, Andy, I think you summed it up beautifully. Leon Labuschagne not knowing where on earth should he bowl to Matthew Florence, and Florence now has gone to 25 off 15. Incredible stuff. Yeah, that's better from him. A bit of variation, slower ball, bowled it just down in that corridor outside the off stump where he's really wanting to, and that's probably his best ball of the over so far.
Yeah, absolutely. They still stole another run. Just, you know, epitomising what we were saying earlier, the work rate of these two is what's really, really helped this tick along. 2 boundaries in the over, and they're already on 13.
Yeah. Who's going to end this over better? Let's see. Another, just a little dab and another run. Just keep that scoreboard ticking along. 14 off the Labuschagne over, and they're batting at over 11 and over. And really outstanding stuff from the two batters out there. That partnership, 67 now. And looking at those strike rates there, Andy, 170 and 160 odd. Brilliant stuff from the two of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at that. Lauren 17 off 1, 12, 11, 14. As we look at the runs now.
Yeah, there's still that man, Kai Curran, on the top there, 124 runs with that 60 that he scored off at 200 strike rate. He's got a high strike rate as well, playing for the Strandfontein Saints. And it's these two wanting to get their names up in there as well. As we see, I think it's Blake Blumiris who's going to be coming into bowl, is indeed the all-rounder as well. A lot of all-rounders in this Blasters team. And certainly, I think this is the 7th bowler now that Captain Andrew Sedane has used. And has Blake Blumiris got the answer? Nobody else has had the answer yet to these two. He's going to be bowling to the left-handed Florence. And he has executed the reverse sweep incredibly well. It's almost like a reverse pull that he has. Let's see what Blumiris can do. Yeah, that was... he did well there, Blumiris. In fact, he was unlucky probably to get away to have the wide, and that's some sloppy work there from the Blasters that's given away an extra run. But he saw him coming, didn't he, and tried to bowl it wider.
That was exactly what happened. He started charging down the wicket, and he went, uh-oh, I need to go wide. But he went too wide. And again, Hendricks and Florence, first ball. I think it's been an intentional ploy of theirs. Yeah. The first ball of every over, to just do something different. Just charge down or move to the onside or reverse sweep, and then all of a sudden the pressure's on the bowler. Now, he's cost them 2 runs. He hasn't even bowled a legal ball yet.
Yeah, he's changed now. He's got the 2 men out on the offside. And once again, they get through for the single. So even when they aren't hitting the ball, they're managing to keep that strike rotating, and it's so annoying, I'm sure, for the bowler. Left-hand, right-hand combination, and both of them are playing incredibly well there.
And that's it. You can't settle on your line. Every ball you're having a change. You're changing your field. You can't get rhythm. So it's just this is perfect ODI white ball batting at the moment. .
And that was better from a length point of view, but they're going to come back for two. He really chalked that into the leg side, but such is their ability to turn ones into twos. They've done that again here, and suddenly you've got 2 balls bowled in the over, and they've already gone for 4, and they haven't even looked like scoring a boundary. And it really is very good to see this from these 2 batters. And that one, he doesn't get really any of it, a bit of an edge, and that goes down to the man at third, and they get through again for the 2. They should never have got 2 there.
No, I think Blameris is struggling against the left-hander at the moment. I think the length of the previous ball is the length that they need to bowl. It's short enough that it can do a bit, and it will still carry through to the wicket keeper. Then if the guy's coming forward, he's either going to sort of lift the bat up and get it back down to the ground, but they've got to start putting the pressure back on the batsman, and they've got to. I think that's the length that you need to be bowling at.
Yeah, just haven't been able to hit those lengths consistently. And there again, just playing it nicely down to the man at third on the boundary. They get through for another single, and they've taken 7 off the over so far with 2 balls left, and we know that it was an expensive finish to the previous over, the 4 off the 5th ball. So a boundary ball now, if any one of these last 2 deliveries, and it is certainly another over that the Tigers will have chalked up and said, we've won that over again.
Yeah, I think if Blameris can get out of this in single figures, then it'll actually be a very good comeback and a decent over for him.
And that will certainly be the case with the 5th delivery of the over. Just down the leg side, not able to get anything on it necessarily. Down to the man at short. Fine, I could see what he was trying to do there. Just work it down the leg side, not having the man up in the ring. He's got the same here for the left-hander, so you wonder whether perhaps Florence wouldn't fancy something down the leg, to play something down the leg side here. And that's just played straight to the man at backward point, but they get through for yet another single. So it's 9 off the over. And I think you're right, Andy. Blameris will probably think he's done well out of that. Anything that they're conceding less than 10 and over, and they would be feeling, based on what we've seen going so far, they'd be happy with that.
Yeah, I felt like they sort of gave themselves an over off to a degree, but they've got the luxury of doing that at the moment. 77 off 7, it's obviously 11 and over. They would definitely take 110.
Yeah,
that's going to be very, very difficult to chase down on this pitch.
Well, so far in the tournament, the highest score we've had chasing is 105, and they didn't get over the line there on that occasion. It was 117 that the Saints put on, and I'm trying to think who the team was who chased it down. I think it might have been the Blasters, in fact, who were chasing. Got to 105, but this is not an easy wicket to chase. A score around 100 is going to be very, very difficult to chase from the get-go. A skit is going to be coming back again. I think it is from the golf ticket end.
Yeah, maybe just trying to stem the runs. He went for very little in his first over, so this is I would say a pivotal over of this whole innings. Now, a wicket would. They bite your hand off right now just to split this partnership, because when they get down to the final 2 overs, all hell may just break loose.
Yeah, they've set the platform. This is a very, as you say, a very important over. The Tigers will not want to lose a wicket, and they've got the field set to have the Blasters wide on the leg side. It's Florence on strike. He opens up the offside and plays that beautifully over the offside field for 4. And didn't he do that beautifully?
Yeah, for me, the field was just too obvious. Yeah. He knew exactly what he was going to try and do. He just opened up that offside. It was too telegraphed. I get it, go back to basics, but that was all too easy.
Yeah, and he had the deep third on the boundary, so he didn't have the ability with the men out wide on the leg side. He just hasn't had the ability to keep the somebody out at the deep cover boundary. You just sense he's probably going to have to do that, though, and he's bringing in the square leg now and putting a man out on deep cover. That makes sense. And now, of course, he's got to make sure his line is right. He's got to be outside that off stump, you feel. And that is, again, nicely played. You sense that they would have earlier on gone for 2 there. They were a bit slow, and they will get 2. And that one is thrown in way too high over keeper Smith's head. And that is just, again, not great work from the Blasters.
Yeah, pressure, pressure, pressure. And that's what happens. You make silly mistakes. That's a very cheap single to give away. That's 2. I just think Scudder maybe just... He's in a bit of cat and mouse right now. If the batsman moves, he needs to follow him.
Yeah, that's just a better ball, but well played again by Florence, just making sure, gets himself off strike, rotates the strike, 7 off the first 3 balls of the over. Florence, you reckon, not Florence, Hendricks, you feel, is going to probably go for a big shot here?
Yeah, no one's charged Scudder yet. Yeah. There was something they were doing earlier. So I just wonder whether we might see a little dance down the pitch in one of these 2 balls.
Yeah, Fred Astaire coming here, we think. Oh, and that's played down to the 3rd boundary for 4, and that's an excellent reverse sweep. It probably should not have been able to go down there for 4, but he's picked it, hasn't he? It's that man in the ring on the offside. And he's played that beautifully down to the boundary for 4. Excellent shot from Hendricks.
That shot in world cricket has just become so important now. Yeah. So important. And if you can play it well, we see it so much in the international scene. Yeah, the field can do nothing about it. It's a proper... That's another cat and mouse.
Yeah, both of them on 39 off 23 balls now. That is quite something. And that is gone straight, missed by the wicket keeper. And they're just going to come through for the single. That will be... I think it's actually hit it. He has hit it. So leg by. Just changed the signal now to a leg by. So far off the over now, 12 already. So another big over this is for the Tygerberg Tigers. Scudder not able to stem the flow of runs here. Oh, and he has the go at that. And there is an appeal. And this could be interesting. Did he drag his foot out of the crease? It was Florence there who was on strike. Both of these 2 on 39. It's going to be umpire Jason Harrison who is going to have a decision to make here on the stumping.
Yeah, you called it. He was going to have a go at it. I think if Scudder gets out of here 1 for 15, he'll be more than pleased with his work.
He will be. He did drag his foot out slightly. Did he get it back in time? I don't think he did. And that is not back in time. And that's outstanding work from Keon Smith behind the stumps. You're going to hear the call, see the signal coming through, and it's already the batter knows that he's got to be on his way. And that is a very, very good innings here from the young man, Matthew Florence. Batted exceptionally well for his 39, and he has to make way now, as it's Severiano Cupido who comes in to bat and join with Chaden Hendricks.
Yeah, stunning innings. There's no reason not to have a go at that on the end of that over, but fair play to Scudder. He's stuck at it. They've moved him around. They've tried to mess his length up for him. And he's probably got some just reward there. I mean, he's dug in. He's dug in is the way to do it. That was a gutsy 1 for 15 off his 2 overs.
Yeah, and they will take that certainly in the context of where they are in this game, as their projected score is Nelson at the moment. And they're batting at just over that 11 runs are over. Severiano Cupido, the young man who's come in now, he can hit a long ball as well. And we've already seen how Chaden Hendricks is working that ball around. He's also getting the boundaries. And it's Blamiris who's been given the opportunity of another over, only conceding 9. I say only conceding 9 in his first over. But it has been certainly a day. This innings has been one for the batters at the moment.
Yeah, I think in this first innings, single figures in an over is not a bad effort at all.
Yeah, now it's the 9th over. Critical over this. This is the over normally where the batting team will also try and go big. Is that let's have a look at his field. He's got 2 men out of the ring on the offside and a deep cover and a long off. He's got a long on, a deep mid wicket and a deep backward square or deep square. He's got a man in the rib, both men short. Fine, and third in the ring, and that's in the air, and the man is going to come around, but it's going to land in that land that Eugene always calls it, and that important no man's land once again, and they get through for 2. Good running between the two of them again.
Yeah, I think Blameris took a little bit of pace off that one as well, just looped it up a bit more, sort of invited the shot, and like you said, luckily landed straight in that no man's land.
And he just doesn't quite get all of that. And I don't think Cupido is going to come back for the second. He isn't, but now, oh, no, they didn't decide to take on Bernhardt there, who fielded it, just backing up. So just the single, and it's going to be Cupido on strike for the first time. I think he's probably going to start, he's going to go from ball 1, I think, Andy, here.
Yeah, he might as well. United 2 for 1. 100% odds are in your favour. You've been managing to watch this from afar. You can see what Blameris is all about.
Yeah, he comes across to try and make that into something that he could possibly play even firmer out on the leg side. Gets a single. So that's what you've got to do here, though, isn't it? Even if you're not hitting the ball properly, you've got to make sure you get through for the runs.
Yeah, but Blameris is also bowling well to his field right now. The ball, this ball's getting hit where he wants it to get hit at the moment.
And that's exactly what you want if you're the Blasters captain here. That time just over pitching it slightly, but he's going to get away. Oh, no, we've missed field down at that end, and it is, although it's a direct hit, it was the misfield, which is acknowledged by, I think, Scooter, it is down there. And so it just says, sorry about that. They get through for the 2. So it has been a good over so far from Blameris. Can he finish it well? He's only gone for 6 in this over so far.
Yeah, but if you add the extras in with the misfields, probably close to 10 runs now, and those are cheap free runs.
Yeah, it's the difference between probably 110 and 100, or even something in the 90s. This is a good innings so far from the Tigers. Oh, he attempts that reverse. I don't know really what that was. Reverse paddle pull. I'm not sure.
Just nudged through to the keeper, wasn't it? But yeah, look, Blameris has bowled well.
Yeah.
This so far, and he's taken the pace on. He's put the pace on. That was, I think that probably would have been given a wide, to be honest with you. But
batters have been doing what they have been doing, moving around in the crease, trying to invent something as it's changing the field here. It's Andrew Sedane, the captain, coming down to third. So they're trying to take away the option of playing that reverse sweep down past third, and they're bringing the man in at square leg. So 3 on the offside.
Blameris needs to be on the money here.
He does.
Because otherwise this is going to go leg side. And you can see he moved for it. The wide given. You can see that Hendricks was ready to pull that straight back over mid-wicket.
And it's, he's made it pretty clear where he's going to be bowling, isn't he? And it's just important, the execution, just pushing that one just that little bit too wide. You sense if he'd been on the wide line, well, maybe Hendricks would have played that into the leg side. He's played that one, and that has gone miles, and it's over the man at long off, and that is the first maximum, and it is Shaden Hendricks' 50. He knew it was coming. It was a slower ball outside the off stump. He waited for it, and he played it beautifully over the man at long off. What an outstanding innings from the young man. 50 off 29, and he just takes Blameris' over and ruins it.
Yeah, absolutely. He was on the money, but a nice half volley. Down on one knee, when your eye's in and it's looking like a beach ball, that is bread and butter. It's a beautiful strike of the ball, though, straight down the ground, and a well-deserved victory, a beautiful innings, as you mentioned.
Yeah, outstanding stuff, and he might not be on strike. Well, he isn't going to be on strike for the first ball of the last over. We're just waiting to see who is going to bowl the last over. Thought it was going to be Steph Lee Lawrence. It's either Steffley Lawrence or is it McCulloch? Not quite sure yet. Just waiting. And are they looking for a new ball? Third umpire, Jason Harrison's going to be running out there to just give them a replacement ball. Something damaged there when that one went over the boundary. But just let's use this time to just chat a bit about how well this team has batted. And just the top two getting that outstanding opening partnership. And now Chaden Hendricks going to his 50 off, I think it was not even 30 balls that he got his 50. 28 balls, I think it has been. It's an outstanding innings from him, Andy.
Well, it's the pace of the innings and the timing of the innings that's been so impressive. I mean, we've been super busy, like as commentators, trying to keep our eye on the field placements, trying to keep our eye on his activity as well, as he's been moving around the crease. And the fact that he's just managed to manipulate this field so well, and he's made the skipper make numerous changes mid-over, in between overs. We don't know who's going to be bowling the last. So how many bowlers have we seen now? 6 or 7 bowlers. 7 bowlers, and it's that's craftsmanship. Quite frankly, it's craftsmanship with the bat. It's not all about bludgeoning the ball. No. We saw that lovely 6 there, but he's nudged this ball all around the field at different paces, and he's run hard. That is a busy innings from Hendricks, and he should be very proud of.
Yeah, outstanding stuff. And top score of the tournament so far is that 60 from Kai Curran. And that is wide, and that is pummeled by Cupido, and that has gone all the way over the wide-ish mid-off boundary for 6. And as I said, he's a strong man, Severiano Cupido. That one was really a bit of a half-tracker, though, for him, and he just pummeled it.
I'm surprised they've given Lawrence this over after the first over. He couldn't find his length. No. He couldn't find the angles, and now we're seeing a potential no ball.
Oh, it is as well, and that has been signalled already, Andy. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think Lawrence, he didn't look good in that first over. I would have probably stayed with a bit of spin. I might have brought McCulloch back on. Yeah. I think Lawrence was, in my mind, not quite the right decision.
No, the control, even though McCulloch did get hit as well, the control might have been better. And Hendricks has a go at that. We just plays it down the ground. They're just going to go through for the single. Cupido on strike. I think he fancies it, doesn't he, Cupido? He's already hit 1-6.
Yeah, this length's right in his wheelhouse. So Lawrence Bowler, he's got to pull this length back a little bit, but he's got to be on the money. Because if he comes back too far, he's going to get pulled over this fence.
And that he doesn't get hold of it. I think it's gone all the way as well. It has indeed. And he didn't seem like he got all of it, but it went over the boundary. And that has taken the Tygerberg Tigers to the equal highest score of the tournament so far.
Yeah, beautiful. This is when the bowler's head scrambled. You don't know where to bowl now. I'd be tempted to just try and stick one on the toes, to be honest with you, but they're just setting themselves up for a big hit every time. You watch Cupido, he can set himself, and all he needs to do is swing that front foot left or right, and he can hit it both ways.
And he hits so well through the line, Severiano Cupido. That one's short, and that is pummeled to the man in the deep, on the deep mid-wicket boundary, and it's taken easily by Eddie Skitter there. And he doesn't get all of that, Cupido, but he's done the damage already early in this over, and he's going to make his way back to the dugout here. And he's trying to get off the field as quickly as he can. And we haven't seen the new batter in yet. But it'll be, I think, just the 2 balls left, and that is a Wolf 777 wicket, and only the second one to fall in this innings. 117 for 2 it is now. Still waiting for the new man to come out. But yeah, again, in terms of just coming out and hitting, really exactly what they needed, Tigers, from Cupido there.
Yeah, you're level with the highest score already. It was short. It was juicy. He's probably annoyed with himself. He didn't go over the ropes, to be honest with you. I don't think Lawrence will be claiming that.
No, it's been a really tough time out there for the bowlers of the Blasters. They have been pummeled to all parts of the ground, and the maximum's coming up only really here towards the end of the innings. But the way that you said it, Andy, the way that Jaden Hendricks has crafted the innings and the way he batted, and with Matthew Florence earlier on, it really was good cricket shots. It wasn't the sort of, would you want to call it hacking, that you sometimes do see in a T10. It's the last ball now, potentially, of the innings. Is it 2 or 1? And he has a go at that, and they do go through for the single, and that is going to be a bye. And we have got 1 ball left after this. Sorry, there was a Y. It was the no ball, wasn't it, earlier on in the over.
And we've got 118.
We've got the highest score now of the competition so far by the Tygerberg Tigers, who we remind you were put into bat here earlier on today. He has a go at it, and that is going to be caught, I think, and it does come to the man here on the boundary at long on. That is Leon Labuskachny, and he takes the catch. He just couldn't get all of that. And that is Jaden Hendricks, who perishes off the last ball of the innings. He started the innings. He's been there right until the end, and he has scored he's got an outstanding innings and taken the team to the highest score we have had in this T10 competition so far. We'll just probably have a look at that, but he should really needs all the plaudits there for that. Does Hendricks, fantastic innings that's taken his team to what should potentially be a target that their blasters are not going to be able to chase. So just looking there, the Bellville Blasters now needing 119 runs to win, and we'll be seeing them in about 5 minutes or so. And it's time now to look at some of the highlights of that innings. Well, we're here with Cameron Peterson from the Bellville Blasters. Cameron, looking forward to the match today?
Yes, always looking forward to the match. It's always nice to be out here in Durbanville, especially nice weather as well. So yeah, very, very happy to be here.
Guys are having a bowl first, and it looks like a pretty good pitch to bat and bowl on.
Yeah, most definitely. You've got to do both. You've got to do both things. You've got to bowl, got to bat, got to field. So you've got to always put your effort out there and everything. Do the best you can.
Yeah, the team, you're a little bit behind the 8 ball at the moment, so you're looking forward to a good performance today.
Yes, got to back your boys, you know. Got to have faith, you know. Always be positive. Never be negative. If someone bowls bad ball, cheer them up. You know, just positive minds around. That's all you got to do.
Well, we wish you all the best for the match today. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we have Severiano Cupido from the Tygerberg Tigers. Severiano, how are you doing today?
I'm good yourself. Feeling good, excited for some cricket again. It's nice and warm, so hopefully some boundaries hit, the wicket play so nicely and we get over the line today.
Yeah, you've been given first chance to bat on this pitch. You happy about that?
Happy about that. Watched this morning's game, saw that the wicket's playing a lot better. Some big shots were played, so hopefully we can do the same.
You are looking at another clash later on against the Durbanville Dynamos. This one important for you to get over the line.
Definitely so. I think we don't fear any team in this competition, so we back ourselves to beat any team on the day, and if we execute well with bat and ball, and I think we'll get over the line.
Well, we wish you all the best for the match ahead.
Thank you so much.
Animal, it's the match between the Bellville Blasters and the Tygerberg Tigers, and later on it is the Durbanville Dynamos, sponsored by JSK1, against the same Tygerberg Tigers, sponsored by Golden 444 in this Taj 777 presents Taj Cricket Club League T10 Cricket Ka Asli Animal. We're busy with match 22 and the further match 23 later on, as we see the team from the Tigers just warming up in and it's a hot day, so warming up's perhaps they're hotting up rather than warming up out here. With me today is Andy Daniel. Andy, great to have you with me here on comms. And the highest score in the tournament so far, we've been had the privilege of witnessing that, 118 for 2.
Yeah, good afternoon, James. Good afternoon, everybody. That was a special innings from Hendricks, and actually from the whole side. Cupido did his bit as well, and Matthew Florence at the top end. I think for me now, the Blasters, we did question why they bowled first, but that's done now. We can't look to the past. I think what they need to do is just be in this at halfway. Yeah. They need to be in the fight at halfway. If they're at 30 for 3, they might as well pack up and go. Yeah. But they've got to sort of just stay in the fight here and learn from what Tygerberg did, which was nudge the ball around, make the field change, run 2s that would normally be 1s, get some pressure on the field. I would literally copy and paste what they did. You don't need to go hitting 6s off the first ball. Don't need to sort of smash this ball around the park. Stay in the game.
Yeah, just play good cricket. Good cricket shots are what's going to get you there. Making sure you do turn those 1s into 2s. Make sure you're cutting down on the dot balls exactly as you said, as we've got an 8-legged friend here in front of us, a bit of a spider that's decided to spin his web in front of our view to the field. And I hope he enjoyed that batting as well. It's going to be the 2 openers from the Blasters, going to be Andrew Sedane, and he certainly can hit the ball a long way. Andrew Sedane, a good batter, and Blake Blamiris are going to open for them, as Andley Adams is going to lead his team of Tigers out onto the field. But yeah, Andy, I can't agree with you more. It's just around playing good cricket and making sure that you are keeping yourself in the game. They must keep wickets in hand. You feel the Blasters, it's important. Keep up with that. Even if you're at 8 to 10 and over after the first 3, 30 without loss, you still feel they're perhaps in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And just move around the crease. Come down the wicket. Work it to the onside. Give yourself some room on the offside. It's exactly what Tygerberg did. Just put them off there. You cannot let the bowlers now get into a rhythm. You let the bowlers get into a rhythm, hit the same length over and over and over and over. Yeah. You're going to end up like we had earlier with Kryfontaine. You're going to end up being skittled for 55, 60, and the game's over after 3 overs.
Yeah, so we are going to be really interested to see how they approach this. They've been out there for 10 overs watching how the Tygerberg Tigers compiled their innings, and I would say they did compile it. It wasn't anything, it wasn't a smash and grab by any means. They really went out there. They had a plan. You felt they had a plan, and they executed that exceptionally well. Let's see if the Blasters can do the same to this attack from the Tigers. And I think it is going to be Waco Bassick is indeed the young man's going to be opening and bowling from the Taj 777 end. And he's been pretty much on the money so far in the tournament. The youngster, I think you're going to enjoy watching him bowl, Andy, as we look at that and look at Andrew Sedane's numbers. And he scored 53 with the highest score of 25. That strike rate is, we know him for that, 165 strike rate. This is his 6th innings in the tournament. And he will, as the captain today, be looking to himself, I'm sure, to make sure that he stays in there and bats as much of the innings as he can. As you see, Blamiris there, just 1 innings, I think, for 3 runs. And it is going to be Bassick just looking there. 4 wickets in the tournament so far. Best bowling of 1 for 2 with an economy rate of 7. Well, his captain will definitely want that today.
Absolutely. If he can get 2 overs of the first 3 out of the way and put pressure on the scoreboard, yeah, skipper will be more than happy.
Yeah, that one is going to be bowled again, but a little bit of movement off the pitch to begin with. He just needs to get his line right. And just looking at the field, he has got, he's going to be wanting to pitch that up a bit more as well. He's got a ring field on the offside, short third, backward point cover, extra cover, and a long off. He's got a long on. He's got a mid-wicket, shortish. He's got a square leg next to the umpire, and then a man at short fine. So he's going to bowl outside the off stump, you feel. He does, and that's played strongly by Sedane through the offside field for 4, and that's what he can do. He's a strong man.
Oh, that's just a beautiful cricket shot. See this ball, as you said, bit of swing there, bit of movement off, but maybe he just needs to pitch it up a bit higher and let the ball do the talking. But beautiful shot, take nothing away from that.
Yeah, his base was nice and firm, wasn't it? And he can do that to you, Andrew Sedane. He's seen him before in this tournament, in the previous version as well. Got some excellent runs there. That's up in the air, and he didn't get any of that really, but he got, he didn't get any, he got a lot of it. It's gone for 6, can you believe it? It looked like he didn't get it all. Off the top edge, went high up in the air, and it's gone for a maximum now. Look at this again. Oh, no, he did get all of it. He just hit it incredibly high.
Yeah, high and very, very long as well. That's over the advertising boards there. And now the gauntlet's been thrown down. Good thing is, he's only 2 balls in, and there's already 11 on the... That takes the pressure off the rest of this over now. And he can just continue just to score freely.
And he has a full go at that one as well. Doesn't quite get all of that, and it's going to be fielded down on the boundary by the man at square leg. He gets through for just a single. It has been a brilliant over so far for the Blasters. Exactly what he would have wanted from himself early on, Andrew Sedane.
Yeah, game on indeed. Throwing down the challenge. Now let's see what Bloomeris has got after a fairly decent return from his bowling.
Yeah, and he needs to support his captain here. He's got to get himself, probably feel, if he gets the ball to hit, that's fine, but get himself off strike. And that is going to be an appeal, and he's given it. I thought that was adjacent, and he's given it. And that is a first baller for Blake Blamiris. And so Waco Bassick comes back in the way that any bowler should come back, and he gets a wicket. Andy, that looked very adjacent to me.
That is plumb. That's as plumb as you're going to get. Full, straight, a little bit of movement. He's just late on the shot, isn't he? The speed of it just got caught up to him.
And so it's been an interesting over so far. A bit of a curate's egg, this over. It's gone for 4, for 12 off the first 3 deliveries, and then the wicket off the 4th. And it's a new man is going to be coming in to the crease for the Blasters. Just waiting to see who that is, as it's really hot out there. And Andrew Sedane taking on some liquid as well. And it is Eddie Skitter who's going to be going out to the middle to join his captain. And it will be Skitter on strike to Waco Bassick. But that was a good comeback from the young fast bowler, having been pummeled to 2 parts of the ground already in the over, just full and straight.
Well, we said, I mean, there was some early movement there, and the 6 that got tanked straight back over his head. We thought, well, if he just pitches up a bit further, there might be something for him off the edge of the bat. I mean, that was not off the edge of the bat, but it was full, it was straight. Sometimes just aim it at the stumps and the batsman misses. It's a classic way of getting somebody out, isn't it?
Absolutely. You miss, I hit, and that works in this format of the game. As we see Eddie Skutter's, we did see Eddie Skutter's numbers there. Best score in the tournament of 41 not out. And wouldn't they love that today, the Bellville Blasters? And you just feel this partnership is very important for the Blasters, Skutter and Sedane. Skutter's got all the experience. Sedane also got experience. He also got the explosive game, but he can play good cricket shots. And so let's see what Bassett can do.
Yeah, this is going to be a very different innings to Tygerberg now. Yeah, 2 young, sprightly men running. The way these boys are going to try and score runs is by hitting it out of sight. So it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
I think you hit the nail on the head there, Andy. Oh, he tries to be delicate. There is a man at, I'd say, a very wide-ish third, and he's more between sort of third and backward point on the boundary. So he's got that shot covered, and Bassett's going to be trying to bowl that in that channel outside the off stump. He's come back well. Can he finish the over well, Waco Bassett? That's 2 straight. It's just tickled into the leg side. Nicely fielded at mid-wicket, but they get through for the single. So 13 off the first over and a wicket.
I'll have 9 more of those, please. Yeah. That was good fun.
It was. Yeah, it really has been. It's great. You've got Andrew Sedane there with a strike rate of 366.67. And if he maintains that for the course of this match, we're going to be finished early.
See how quickly it's already close to a ball.
Yeah, 54, 106 off 54 balls. So they need to go at 12 and over or 12 and over plus all the time. It's not easy, definitely, for them, but it is a game that at the moment the Blasters have started off well, and let's see if they are going to be able to continue that as we go through the power play. Reminder for you that it was 37 without loss, as the captain, Andy Adams, is in, and that's just dinked out into the offside by Skutter, and he's through for the single. Adams has got his field set, so it looks like he's going to be bowling straight. He's got a man at deep fine leg. He's got a man at deep square. He's got a mid-wicket in the ring and mid-on and mid-off in the ring. Extra cover, backward point, and a man at short third. So I don't think he's going to be aiming to get that ball probably angling into the stumps of the right-hander. And Sedane is on strike now. He's just changed the field a little bit there, brought the third up, and he's put a man here onto this long on boundary. It's Ethan Adams who's bowling. Sorry, Andley's brother. That's neatly played, but it's well fielded by the man at short third. That stopped a certain boundary.
Well, that's a very vocal team, this Tygerberg team. Very backing each other, celebrating the small wins. First ball from Adams, right on the toes. Second one, some superb feeling. These boys are willing to throw themselves around for each other. And, yeah, you can tell there's a good team spirit here.
Yeah, they know they win this game. They go into the match with the Dynamos later on equal points. And that is, he tries to get his foot in the way there, and Andy Adams is not able to get round and stop it. And that does go down to the boundary for 4. That's a very good shot from Sedane again.
That's just brute power.
Yeah.
Absolute brute power. It's not even that bad a ball, to be honest with you. He's just clubbed it.
Stand and deliver. That's Andrew Sedane. That's him. We know him to do that. And he's trying to get the runs early on here before the field gets widespread. And that's again played, but that's straight to the man, or in fact, just to the right of the man at mid-on. They're through for the single. So 6 off the over so far. What do you say to your bowler here, Andy, I mean, he's gone for 6. He needs to finish this over well. If he goes for anything under 10, it's probably not a bad over.
I would continue to do what he's doing. He's pitching it up. He's looking for something off the seam. He's seen a little bit of movement there, and he's willing to pitch it up. He's keeping a nice tight line at the moment, and there you go again.
Yeah.
Pitch up nice and wide.
Exactly what he wants to do, and he's bowling exactly to the plan they put in place. You can see the plan here from the Tigers. And even though he has conceded that 4 from Sedain, he's sticking to his plan.
He's put in an area that's very difficult to hit. And like we said, that 4 was just brute energy. And it was just flew past him, and it is what it is. Sometimes it happens, but it's a good over from Adams.
Yeah, he'll want to finish it well to Skitter now. And he does does really well there, and so that flow comes in. That could have been close for Skitter, and they get through for the single, and it is the end of the second over, and that was a good over there from Ethan Adams.
That was it. It was just consistency in his bowling. Yeah. All on the same length, a very difficult to hit length. Some were close to the toes and the pads, some were a little bit wider. So what he did was he pushed them back into the crease, which limited the movement of the feet, which means they couldn't get out to anything else. So as long as you continue to put it on the money, it's going to be difficult to hit.
Yeah, and we have a look at that worm there as we now see 48 balls left, 99. So already a little bit more now than that. 2 runs a ball. So they're going to be wanting to get 12 if they can for every single over as a change of bowler from the Taj 777 end. It's Jankin Adams who's going to be coming in to bowl, jersey number 2. And they're going to be wanting to see if they can't pick up another wicket here. It's 20 for 1 are the Blasters in the third over. Yeah, it's good ball outside the... Oh, I thought that one was a better delivery. And that was signalled wide. They're just trying again. He's doing that again, trying to get in that channel outside the off stump there, Andy. But he just, in this instance, just that little bit too wide.
Yeah, it's definitely the right place to put it. Well, that's where Adams, the other Adams, too many Adams in this.
Yeah.
in the last over, put it in the right place. There you go.
And there we go. And they're going to take a run. That's risky. Oh my goodness, that could have been very interesting had that ball hit. Well, they go through for the bye, and that was good awareness from Sedain coming down. He was coming down to the danger end. Direct hit could have been interesting there, Andy.
Yeah, I think that would have been close. But they've got to run everything, really. Just to stay, like we said, just be in the fight at 5 overs. Just be in the fight.
Yeah, they want to be up and around that 40 to 50 range after those 5 overs. Big over here for them as well. That's up in the air. Somebody's underneath it, and he takes the catch. And that is the second wicket that goes down. And it is, I think it is the danger man, Andrew Sedain. He is out. He tries to play that one over the infield, and he doesn't get all of it at all. And it's taken by the captain, Andy Adams. Let's look at that again. And it's to him, it's just perhaps a little bit too short of a length for that shot. And it's up in the air, and he takes the catch well as our 8-legged friend pays a visit to us again here. And that was a wonderful victory celebration there from Andy Adams. And Andrew Sedain has to make his way back.
Yeah, more impressed with the dancing than anything else there. There's a few shapes on the dance floor, but the danger man's gone. And a big wicket for Tygerberg, you feel.
Yeah, that is. Tigers will be very happy with that as we see Van Grienen coming to the crease, Cronje van Grienen. And they'll be looking to try and just make sure that they keep in touch here. Andy, it's what you were saying. Unfortunately, with the loss of that second wicket, perhaps makes it a little bit more difficult. It was a good cameo here from Sedain, but he's not able to continue it, unfortunately, for the Blasters. And Skitter and Van Grienen will have a job to do here.
Yeah, they certainly do. I'm going to be careful this doesn't slip away in the next over, 2 overs. Need to try and stay in this
I think it's as simple as trying to get to 30 after 3, 40 after 4.
Yep.
Just stay there. Just stay in there, and then you never know. You just have one of those overs that becomes an 18, 19, 20 over,
Yep.
and then you're in the business end of the tournament.
Yeah, exactly. And now they've got the advantage now of having a left-hand, right-hand combination as well. That was also very difficult, you felt, for the Blasters bowlers to get a head around earlier on in the piece today. And this could be an opportunity for the Blasters to make something happen with the bat. Oh, that's just looked like a bit of pace off there, perhaps, from Janken Adams. He's bowled really well so far. Just the 3 deliveries, 1 for 1. You can't really ask for better than that, can you?
Well, the Adams family doing the job at the moment.
They are indeed. Yeah, I should have seen that one coming. I should have seen that one coming, definitely.
Went for a lull in play for me to drop that one in. Keep people interested at home.
Yeah. Oh, another great delivery outside the off stump and front screen. Sorry, it isn't a left-hand, right-hand combination. They're both right-handers. I do apologise.
Adams got the upper hand now in this over. You feel these two balls now are if they can't score highly off them, it's going to put this whole run chase into jeopardy.
And that is played through the man at extra cover, but there is a protection in the deep at long off, and they only go through for the single. Again, he's done really well. He's bowling to his field. So it was interesting to see there, they brought the slip in for those first couple of deliveries to Van Schreenen. And it's a no slip for Skutter, which is not surprising. Skutter will try and probably play this in through the offside field. It's a 6-3 offside leg side field, so there's no question as to where he's going to be bowling. What will Skutter do?
Yeah, well, is he brave enough to step across his stumps and try and use the onside it?
Oh, again, that could have been mightily close. That was their good work once again from the wicket keeper for the Tigers. Just not able to get that, as Matthew Florence did the trick with the bat, and he's trying now to do it with the gloves as well. And it's 23 for 2 after the power play. And at the same stage, the Tigers were 37 without loss. So you can see that is really a big difference already. And there's a job to do here for the Blasters.
Yeah, there's a regrouping job to do. Those two need to formulate a plan and stick to it, and it needs to be clear. Are we lashing at everything, or are we going to start running these? I don't want to sound disrespectful, but no. I don't think they're going to be running the 2s like the boys earlier were running the 2s. Yeah, if they, I see Ethan Adams has come back on for a second one, straight back to back. Yeah. I think if he can keep that score down again, another 7, this game could be done and dusted.
Yeah, it is every single over now absolutely crucial for the men in grey to try and keep that run rate somewhere up around 10 to 12 and over. You just sense it might not be that easy. And that's, once again, this is down to the man at backward point. They don't go through for the overthrow. And they're again just indicating the difference between these two teams. That would have saw that quite a bit in the earlier innings from the Tigers. They got through for 2 for that.
Hendricks and Florence would have got a second run there. No 2 ways about it. They'd have gone through to the second. They were waiting for the overthrow.
You take one at ball any day now. And that's really well played by Skutter. He's strong in that region, and he plays it beautifully down past the short third to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, gives himself a bit of width, makes it himself, just steps to his left a tiny bit and flashes the blade at it. Looked out of control, but fully in control of that shot. Fully in control of that shot. It wasn't off the edge. He opened the blade and slid it down it. Yeah,
he knew exactly what he wanted to do with that, and that, you would think, potentially should cause a change in the field. He's got 3 men out on the leg side, but he's not bowling the ball in anywhere near stump-to-stump channel. He's bowling outside the off-stumps. Let's just see what he does with this delivery. That one is straighter, and it's played beautifully out into the offside again, past the man And the man at deep cover cannot come round to cut it off. And that's another excellent boundary by Skitter.
Yeah, Adams needs to change his line. Not so much the length, but the line. He needs to get closer to those pads, get it a bit straighter, try and get him to work this into the onside, because there's just no protection over there on the offside.
This is a really good over so far for the Blasters. Skitter is doing the job here. You called for that, Andy, and he did deliver. It's Adams, another Adams, that's Andy Adams at mid-wicket, can't quite pick up cleanly, but he doesn't cost them more than a single. So he answered what you said. He needed to be bowling that into the pads. Nice full-length delivery. He could still end this over well with 2 dots.
Yeah, no field change either. Same plan.
Yeah, and he gets a dot ball there, which is exactly what he'd be looking for to Van Grienen. Just sense that Skitter needs to be on strike. He needs to be the one. So Van Grienen needs to be working the ball around until he's got his eye in and just get Skitter back on strike.
Yeah, he's just hoiking at it, isn't he? If he'd have just nudged that into the space there, it would have given Skitter another ball against the man that he's had the better of in this second over of Adams.
That's in the air, and it's gone well straight, and he's hit that well down the ground, and just in the arc for him to play that down straight, and that's a good shot from Van Grienen through for 4. Just plants his foot down and swings through the line.
Right in the slot. That's where you want it, in the nets.
Exactly.
Please put it there so I can hit it as hard as I possibly can.
And that was a very good over for the men in grey. I think 14 off it, I think it was. And that's taken them, was 14 indeed, it's taken them to 37 for 2 at the end of 4. And just looking at that, it wasn't the greatest over for Ethan Adams, 14 off it, but he's still, his 2 overs is under the run rate required. And it is, I think they're going to continue with Janken Adams, just looking at the worms there, getting closer together. It was after 5 overs, it was 53 without loss, the Tigers. And 82 needed off 36, still quite a target, but you just sense if things if they can hit a couple of boundaries and over, at least 1 boundary and over, and keep it ticking over, it could be very interesting.
They need a partnership. Yeah. That's what they need. They need this to become a partnership now.
Yeah, that is exactly what will give them the impetus to go forward.
They're still up near 10 and over, you know, just over 9. Even 11 or 12 now. This is better.
That is good. Took the pace off that, and that's well done running into the leg side. The man at mid-wicket can't get round and prevent the single. But can Van Grienen now? I know he hit the 4 off the last ball of the last over, which was really good. But can he just keep that strike rotating? Can he capitalise on the bad ball? Let's see what happens. It's nicely angled. Oh, and that's very poor. That is sloppy work in the field by the Tigers, and the Blasters make the most of that to come through for the 2.
Yeah, now they're just in a position, they probably only need 1 boundary in this over now, just to get them up over that 10 mark, 11. So some good running there. It's the first time we've seen them push that first single hard, and the hope that there might be a misfield.
He plays that one straight to the man at mid-wicket, and that is the 3rd wicket falling for the Blasters, and it's Gronier van Grienen. He has to make his way, and that was just, it wasn't really there to hit, was it? He tried to hit it hard. There's a man there at mid-wicket, and it just goes straight to, I think that's Hendricks there at mid-wicket, and he takes a comfortable catch with his fingers facing up.
You know what Janken Adams did there? He just started that little bit wider, and it created that angle that just tucked him up. And it was just too close to him, and all he could do was just chip it straight to the fielder. But good work from Adams. He didn't. Yeah. He just pushed himself a little bit wider, didn't come as straight, and it worked an absolute treat.
And that is going to make it more difficult now for the Blasters. You just scoreboard pressure clearly telling there on Van Grienen, realising he has to get, as you said, Andy, you've got to get a boundary in every over. And they've got 3 off the first 3 balls. As it's Andre Bernhardt, who comes to the wicket now to join Eddie Skitter. So it is a partnership they need. Somewhere along the line, two batters have just got to get in, and they've got to keep ticking along, say, between 8 and 10 and over, to give them some kind of platform to launch from. But 3 down, it's a difficult task.
Yeah, I think Scudder for the next 2 overs needs to be the man on strike. They need to try and get him on strike and just get some runs. They might have to take the odd gamble. But with the shot range that we saw earlier, we're not seeing from this Blasters team. The reverse sweep hasn't been implemented. Any sort of sweep. We haven't seen a movement across the stumps to open the onside. It's just that variation that keeps you honest as a bowler is not there.
And that just edged down to Ethan Adams at third man, and they threw for a single. So Scudder is on strike, and Adams will be happy with his bowling so far in the over. It is going to be important. We've seen Scudder is able to play good cricket shots and pierce the field. He's got that gap. If he can play it past the man at backward point or point you sense there may be an opportunity for him. That's into the leg side, straight to the man at mid-wicket, who misses the ball, and they go through for a single. And that should have been a dot ball, but you sense they won't be unhappy that it just is a single. 1 ball left in the over, no boundaries yet here. And we're going to be going into the golf ticket strategic timeout after this next delivery. And we'll give you the information in terms of comparisons at the end of this, after this ball.
Bernard should have a go at this. Oh,
he just played it straight out, and the bowler does the fielding on his own follow through, and it is 42 for the loss of 3 after 5, and that by comparison is 53 without loss were the Tigers, as we go to the golf ticket strategic timeout.
जी हाँ दोस्तों, 5वें ओवर की समाप्ति के बाद अब समय हो चुका है गल्फ टिकट स्ट्रेटेजिक टाइम आउट का। जैसा कि हम देख सकते हैं, गल्फ टिकट द्वारा स्पॉन्सर्ड हमारी ड्रिंक्स कार्ट अब मैदान में आ रही है और दोनों टीमों के खिलाड़ियों को रिफ्रेशमेंट्स देगी। अपने दर्शकों को ये मैं याद दिला देना चाहता हूं कि गल्फ टिकट है यूएई का सबसे ज्यादा भरोसेमंद ऑनलाइन लॉटरी ड्रॉ। ये है फुल्ली रेगुलेटेड, रजिस्टर्ड एंड ऑथराइज्ड लॉटरी ड्रॉ फ्रॉम यूएई। आप अभी gulfticket.com पे जाके अपनी किस्मत का खेल खेल सकते हैं। जी हां दोस्तों, gulfticket.com पे जाएं, वहां पे लॉग इन करें, अपना अकाउंट खोलें और खेलिए अपनी किस्मत का खेल। अपने सपनों को उड़ान भरिए और मौका दीजिए अपनी जिंदगी को बदलने का gulfticket.com के साथ। गल्फ टिकट की टैगलाइन है शेयरिंग मिलियन स्माइल्स, और ऐसे ही करोड़ों लोगों के चेहरों पे मुस्कुराहट लाने के बाद गल्फ टिकट आपकी जिंदगी में भी खुशियां भर सकता है। आपको केवल ये करना है कि gulfticket.com पे जाएं, वहां पे अपना अकाउंट खोलें और हिस्सा लें गल्फ टिकट के वीकली ऑनलाइन लॉटरी ड्रॉज में। बिल्कुल दोस्तों, गल्फ टिकट सिर्फ एक प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं है, यह है एक सिम्फनी ऑफ होप, एक कैनवस ऑफ पॉसिबिलिटीज, एक टेस्टमेंट है पावर ऑफ ड्रीम्स के लिए। अब समय बर्बाद ना करें, तुरंत जाइए gulfticket.com पे और खेलिए अपनी किस्मत का खेल, क्योंकि गल्फ टिकट ही है यूएई का सबसे ज्यादा भरोसेमंद online lottery draw.
And we are here today at this 3 times T10 cricketing action. And it's brought to you by Taj 777 presents Taj Cricket Club League T10 Cricket Ka Asli Animal. And we are watching the game between the Bellville Blasters and the Tygerberg Tigers. And it will be later on the Dynamos, sponsored by JSK1, against the self-same Tigers, sponsored by Golden 444. That's coming to you at 3 p.m. local time, 5 p.m. UAE time, and 6:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. And we have got spin for the first time from the Tigers, and it is going to be Joshua Lowe. It's going to be bowling from the golf ticket end. Andy, looking like the Blasters are really struggling at the moment. I mean, 42 for 3, they're 11 behind where the Tigers were at the same stage.
Yeah, they need either a partnership or one big over. And they need to pick who they're going to go after. It might be low. Be interesting to see how Scudder approaches this. Is he going to go after the spinner?
Left arm, and it's just looks like his left arm orthodox spinner. A bit of an unorthodox action. So can't see if he's got... did turn slightly away from the right-hander. Oh, that's really well bowled. He almost yorked himself, and they're going to come through for the run. And that is not great work from the Tigers, you must say. But Scudder off strike, and that really isn't what I don't think that's what they want at the moment.
No, Bernhardt needs to get into this game and get into it quickly.
That's in the air. It's going to bounce short of Waco Basic, who's right in front of us here at the... And just the single again. It's been a good start to the over from Joshua Lowe. One of these balls has to travel. He tries. It should have been that one. That was a half tracker, and that one should have been punished.
Yeah, Scudder will be annoyed with himself there. He missed out. That was the ball to put the pressure back on. Now Lowe only giving away 2 runs so far.
And once again, he comes down. It's well fielded this time by the man at extra cover. And they only threw for the single. Even now a boundary's not going to help them, is it, in this over?
No, the run rate's already over 17. Yeah. And they're struggling to get this ball away.
Make some room, and it's not going to get past the man at backward point. In fact, I think he might be run out, and he is. So Scudder doesn't get through for the run. It's good work from the man at backward point, but he doesn't get through for the run, and he has been run out. And the decision given straight away from the umpire. That is umpire Ivan de Jong at the Taj 777 end. And here we see the wicket again.
Good bit of fielding. A clean pickup was the key. In it comes. Great work from the wicket. Oh, he's a mile out of his crease. Scudder knows it.
Yeah.
That all came from the fact that it was a clean pickup from the fielder. A stunning throw.
Just bounced beautifully into his hands, the net at backward point, and he threw it in very well to the wicket keeper. And the young Matthew Florence doesn't miss that opportunity behind the stumps to break the wicket. And you just feel now, Leon Labuschagne, I think it is that's coming out. Yes, indeed. Leon Labuschagne coming to the wicket, and he's going to want to try and do something here. It's going to be very difficult. 4 wickets down now.
Florence is having a good day. A nice little batting effort. He's kept very tidily. And he's had a couple of run-out chances himself, but he's just kept himself in the game.
And that's what you want. And you just said, you were talking about it a bit earlier on, Andy, is they're just really animated out there in the field. It is a hot day, but they're still keeping everything going. You have a sense Andy Adams is just keeping his troops attentive there and up with what needs to happen. And it's going to be a change of bowling from the Taj 777 end. Just waiting to see who that is, who it's going to be. It looks like more spin. Taking the pace off the ball means the batters are going to have to make their own pace, which hasn't been that easy to do. Boundaries have not been easy to come by for this team. It's not low, can't be low. And it is the bowler, Jason Fortain, who's bowling. If he bowls anything like his namesake Bjorn, he'll be doing well. And that's played down into the deep on the leg side. The man comes around from deep mid-wicket, and they do come through for 2. That's actually much better running from these 2. And they took on the arm, and it did work in that instance to the bowler's end.
Well, that would have been close if 14 had hit that. But they have to run these 2s. Yeah. They've got to go for it. There's a nice bit of sportsmanship.
Yeah, just sorting out the chin strap for the batter. It's really good to see these teams do know each other really well.
I know, Mum told him he needs to do his top button up. So he's just getting his top button done up.
Yeah, you always got to look respectable on the field. And that's just, don't know if he got that off the pad. I think it must have been a little bit off the bat, and it's gone down for 2. He just ran, seemed like he was like accompanying the ball down there for a while.
Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. I'm going to throw you, but please stop.
Yeah. Who said this outfield was quick? I mean, or slow, should I say. And he has a go there. And it's in the air, and because he got the top edge, and it just goes up in the air, and it's taken by Tristan Fortune. And Fortune has favoured the Tygerberg Tigers here as this wicket goes down. Just got the toe end of the bat. He chalked that, didn't he? I mean, it was the cue ended it, and it just went up in the air, and the man comes in from short third and takes the wicket. And now you just have to say, with the score on 49 for the loss of 5, it seems like this game may well be done and dusted.
14 and Fortune, the double act. But like you said, just caught the toe end of the bat, went straight into the air. Still a bit of work to do for Fortune. He had to make up some serious ground, but that goes back to the energy we were talking about in the field and the willingness to put yourself about and dive and stop runs and build pressure. As we see Jared McCulloch making his way out into the crease.
And yeah, it's not too much of an opportunity in the tournament so far for him. And he's going to have to bat out of his socks here if they are going to get anywhere near this target. The men from the Bellville Blasters.
Yeah, they're in the hole now, definitely.
Yeah, it's going to be McCulloch, the left-hander, to take guard. And he'll be facing the right-arm orthodox spinner, Fortain. And Jason Fortain it is. He's going to come around the wicket, it looks like, to the left-hander. This ball should, if there is any kind of purchase at all, should go, should be turning away from the from the left-hander. So they have strengthened the offside field. Still have got 3 men in the deep on the leg side. So it's interesting to see where he's going to be bowling this one now. Maybe he's been looking wicket to wicket. Oh, he's outside the off stump, and that is legal delivery just inside that wide line.
Yeah, we just saw the figures of Labuschagne there. If anyone's going to take this on, it's going to have to be in by the looks of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Decent average, decent strike rate. McCulloch hasn't really batted too much, 5 not out.
Yeah.
I think if there's a hero amongst us, it's there. But there's Jaden Hendricks, has gone up from, I think he was 5th or 6th before that innings.
Yeah, and then that 50 putting him in there. And that one's muscled out into the leg side, and they will turn for the second, and they should make it easily. And they do in the end. It's a good throw from the deep, but not before they're back for 2. And an excellent over again for the men from the Tigers. 1 for 6 of that for Fortain.
Nah, tidy over. Gave nothing away. Here we go again. Hendricks. Yeah. He's only 21 off now. Curran's got a innings in hand, as we see. But, yeah, that was a very special innings, and so far a very special performance, including his work behind the stumps. And, wow.
Yeah, those worms are telling you a story there, as we see after 7 overs. It is the team from the loss of 51 for the loss of 5. And sorry. Oh, that's a good delivery. And just appealing for the stumping. Let's see what happened here. We had one earlier on in the piece.
Nah, this is going to be not out, judging by the reaction of all the players. Whoa, is that toe in the air? I think he's gone.
I would, we see what the third umpire, Jason Harrison, has to say here to the left of us. He's just looking at this. He's trying to give him as many frames as he can.
Where's he caught the ball?
Yeah, he's caught it behind. Has he caught the ball in front of the stumps? If it is, it's a no ball. It's very tight, isn't it? Very, very tight. And that again up for the umpire. And that foot is in the air when those bails are lifted from what we can see. But it's up to umpire Jason Harrison to make that decision. It's really tight.
I'm pretty sure this is out, but Justin sat to our
Yeah,
left.
he's
He's taking his time over this, and
taking his
rightfully so,
time.
rightfully so. So
Yeah.
the first call of whether they've taken it behind the stumps has been confirmed. That's fine. So now it's just the foot.
Yeah, and this is going to be really tight. I'm glad I'm not the one who has to make this decision. Looks like he may well be gone if we, what we can see. Just waiting for the decision now. Yeah, looked at it quite a few times already.
He's having one poor look.
Yeah, no, it's it is a really tight one, and just great to have this the technology here for this club tournament. And as we say, it's Taj 777.
It's going to be given out.
So there we go. It is just decision pending on the big screen, and the decision will be out. And that is outstanding work from Matthew Florence. And there's the dance again from the Tigers. They've got their dancing shoes on today for sure.
Yeah, Joshua Lowe throwing the shapes out at his time. He was walking back to his mark. He assumed it wasn't, but I must say, great work behind the stumps from Florence again.
And haven't he had a fantastic day, Matthew Florence, first with the bat and now behind the stumps. It's been outstanding. And the Tygerberg Tigers in the first game they're playing out of two that they're going to be playing today. They are looking like they're all over the Blasters here.
That is genuinely top-class wicket-keeping. Yeah. To have the nerve to stand up that far, take it, that ball's coming at you, you've got to push it back out to the stumps. Yeah. He was in control of that situation from second one. There's a great bit of wicket-keeping. Don't underestimate how good that was.
As Steph Lee Lawrence makes his way to the crease. And it's 51 for the loss of 6 into the 8th over. And, 68 runs and 17 balls with only 4 wickets in hand. It's, I think the driver's already in the car waiting to go.
Yeah, as old Bumble used to say, start the car. It'll be interesting, not that I'm going to try and put words in your mouth, because I know you're going to ask this question anyway. But I'm very intrigued to get the answer to why did you decide to bowl first when you asked the skipper afterwards.
Yes, that will certainly be one of the questions that will be asked. And it's has been particularly difficult. We saw it difficult chasing earlier on today, and we've seen it be very difficult chasing here. As Joshua Lowe, he's got his tail up, he's got a wicket, only 3 runs conceded. And that is just played no footwork or anything to talk of necessarily, and you can't expect that from your number 8 coming in. And it's going to be the left-handed McCulloch now on strike. How would that, I mean, now it's about damage limitation, you'd think, for the men from the Blasters. They're not going to get over the line here.
No, and also net run rate, I don't think Durban Villa are in any trouble after earlier on. However, there's always that one bit of you that sort of goes, if you could kind of just hit a few more runs, that would be great.
Yeah, absolutely right. He has a go at that and just edges it. And he's, oh my goodness, had that been taken behind the stumps by... Oh, he got him now, I think, has he? Oh, he has, my word. It's all happening here. So they missed the run out. Joshua Lowe misses the run out on the first attempt when the ball comes in from the man at backward point. And then the man coming in who's following up gets the wicket. McCulloch is run out, going back for the second, and just goes from bad to worse for the Blasters.
Yeah, I get where Lawrence is coming from. He's trying to push the run rate, but he was so far down that wicket. McCulloch just didn't have a choice but to go, even though he knew he wouldn't make it. Some choice language coming out, and I don't blame him, to be honest. I think I might have a little quiet word in the corner with Lawrence later about what the hell he was doing there.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be discussing dinner plans. That's for sure.
No. This is off the Christmas card list after that one.
I think so, and that's the 7th wicket, is it? The 7th wicket to fall now. And it's all going just downhill. It's going to be Lawrence. It won't be Lawrence on strike, it'll be the new man. And that is Kean Smith, the wicket keeper. He'll be on strike. And it's 53 for the loss of 7. Joshua Lowe has just the 1 wicket for him, and that run out in his over. Just been economy personified so far. Just 5 runs off his 1.3 overs. Perhaps lucky enough to come in when the innings was already faltering badly.
That's not his fault, though, is it? It helps his figures. There's no pictures, pictures on the scoreboard, as an old mate of mine used to say.
He'll tell his grandchildren one day, I got that's what I got in the T10. And that is just tossed up. It's a really slow one, just swept down to the man at deep backward square for a single. And Florence just misses that one on the bounce, but no harm done.
I think Lawrence owes his team a few runs here.
Yeah, well, we're looking for this one to come our way. And he plays that one into the deep on the offside. The spin does for the fielder out there, and they come back for an easy second as a result. And that throw is brilliantly taken by the wicket-keeper, as it was miles over his head. And they go through for 2.
Gee, Florence, how's he got the energy?
He must be a lot younger than we are.
Oh, I'm only 25. It's the 16 years experience.
Exactly,
That's the problem,
yeah. And the end of what has been an outstanding spell of 2 overs from Joshua Lowe. He just concedes the 9 and he takes the wicket. And you can't ask for better than that in a T10 tournament. There's 2 overs to go. 62 runs needed in those 2 overs. And this match has gone very much the way the first match today went, with the team batting second, really in no-hope town at the moment.
Yeah, Low, tight as you like. 4.5 economy. Yankin Adams there. 3.5. The spinners are the boys that Low spinning it. And Adams with 2 very, very tight overs as well. 2 wickets to his name. The thing is, there's so many names on this team sheet that have added value to this performance. It's not just been won by a brilliant innings. It's been won by good bowling, good batting, good wicket keeping, good fielding.
Yeah, absolutely right, Andy. I mean, you just feel that from the word go, when they went out to bat, they had a plan. They knew what they were going to do. They took it to the bowlers, as we have. It's Fortain in again. That's just almost chalked. It really wasn't hit very hard down, and the man at deep mid-wicket comes around and fields only a single. But yeah, from the word go, they had a plan. And they've done that, both batting and bowling. They've had a plan. They've known what their strengths are. They've bowled and batted and bowled to those strengths, and they've done exceptionally well. That deserved to get hit from Fortune. It was really short, and it's gone down. 1 bounce 4 to the deep backward square boundary, and that deserved to be hit, and it was treated like that by Smith.
Yeah, a bit of a drag down. Well, not even a bit of a drag down, a massive drag down. So, yeah, as a new batter in and someone who's batting down the order, that's a little treat that's been served up for Kean Smith.
Well, that's he tries to just angle that down to the offside. He does actually angle it down, but he doesn't get as much on it as he would have wanted, I think. And the fielder, the wicketkeeper comes around the field. I think that ball before, I mean, Eugene would have called it a buffet ball, but I don't want to get into any more food analogies.
Eugene, that's all he talks about.
And that is played up, and is it out or is it 6? It's a 6. That's a great shot from Steph Lee Lawrence. Just picks that one up, and it was in the arc, and it's out the cock. Fantastic shot. Just played through the line. He got hold of all of it. No real foot movement, but it didn't matter because he was just playing the line, played it really well.
Yeah, nice little cameo this. They needed this over in the 2nd or 3rd over, though.
Yeah.
12 off this already. This was the over they needed earlier on.
Yeah, 50 off 8. It's not even necessarily a mathematical possibility now. He goes again. It's straight to the man at mid-wicket this time. Can't get all of it. He's trying hard here to get some respectability into this score. Here's Steph Lee Lawrence. He has a go. That's up in the air. Who wants it? It's the keeper who wants it, and he takes it. Easily does Matthew Florence, and that is another wicket for Tristan Fortune. Wicket for Tristan Fortune off the last ball of his spell. And you just know Stephanie Lawrence had to go for it, didn't he? And he just got a top edge.
Yeah, he didn't even look back at first. He's like, this is game over. So there he was, straight into the air, too easy for a man of the quality of Florence. I see his name's all over this scoreboard today. That's his third wicket now. A run out, a catch, a stump in. He's done well today.
Yeah, and that to go with his really great innings earlier on today. And certainly if there was a player of the match, it would be a real toss-up probably between Chaden Hendricks and Matthew Florence, both who played exceptionally well. And it is now 8 down for the Blasters, 69 on the board, and we've got 1 over left. And it's just, I think it's definitely time to start the car.
Car's gone. The car's gone. It's in Cape Town. The Blasters just haven't managed to put any sort of partnerships together. We were chatting about the 60 seconds of batsmen earlier. Yeah. Well, the fielding team have been a bit naughty now as well. And they've got this, but I think probably the chat in there is like, keep the intensity up.
Yeah.
Don't know what this net run rate's going to do. Keep the intensity up. Keep them out from scoring any more runs.
Yeah, absolutely right. You've got to keep it going. You just don't know. They're going to be going up to 8 points together with the Bellville Dynamos. Both the teams, the Tigers and the Dynamos, will be on 8 points, and they are going to be facing up to each other again. Well, not again, for the first time in the tournament, but they're going to be facing up against each other at 3 p.m. local time this afternoon, 5 p.m. UAE time, and 6:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. And we are looking forward to that match. It's going to be a top-of-the-table clash. Both teams are going to be on 8 points. So what can Kian Smith do now to perhaps just get some more respectability into the score? The captain, Andy Adams, brought himself on to bowl the last over. And really, he could bowl it anyway, couldn't he?
Yeah. Just have fun. I would just bowl it at the stumps 6 times in a row if I was good enough to do that.
That's a full toss, and that's played out into the leg side, and will go to the boundary for 4. That's a really nice shot from Smith, but he was given the ball to be able to do that with, and he plays it down to the boundary for 4. And that was really was a gift for him. He's going to be wanting to pitch it this time, I would think, Adams.
Far too straight, far too deep. And needs to put that outside the off stump.
Another straight one. That's looks a bit to me like it's angling down leg side probably, but it was close. He is bowling wicket to wicket, exactly as you said, Andy.
Yeah, I think just drifting down leg. But a good ball all the same. Movement off the seam as well. That could make that third game very interesting.
Yeah, it could. I mean, he does sometimes open the bowling for the team, Andy Adams. He is known as a bowler. That's another one into the pads, and this time they're going to go through for the single. So once again, straightish, more down leg side, but he's not able to get anything on it, really, Smith there.
Yeah, definitely going down leg that one. But good bowling from Adams. It always amazes me when, the lower order come in and they put the field out and don't bowl straight. I just find it insane.
And he's followed him there. He's gone to the offside to play it into the leg side. You've got to do something, don't you, Cameron Peterson?
Exactly. There's a reason these guys back down the order. It's because they're not very good at hitting a cricket ball. So bowl straight at them.
Yeah, you want to really do that. No, you want to be you miss, I hit, and because they are still going to be trying to hit the ball over the boundary or into the boundary, gives you the biggest opportunity for a wicket. And that's exactly what he's done there. And he's just got it played straight back to him. They're not even thinking of going through for the run. The game was done and dusted quite some time ago. 74 for 8 with 1 ball left in this match. And it will be the Tygerberg Tigers who are going to take the momentum into their match against the Bellville Dynamos. Yeah, and that's an attempted reverse pull. and no contact made, and it is the men from Tygerberg Tigers who have completed a comprehensive win here by 44 runs as they scored 118, the highest score in the tournament, 118 for 2 off their 10 overs. And the Blasters, they were 74 for the loss of 8 after their 10 overs, and victory to the Tigers by 44 runs takes them to 8 points on the table. And Andy, it's been really great having you here with me, and I know with Eugene earlier on. And just looking at that card, certainly a great bowling performance as well from the Tigers.
Yeah, such a disciplined all-round performance. They batted well, like you said. They had a plan, they stuck to it, they ran those twos, they ran hard between the wickets, and when it started opening up for them, they hit the boundaries. And the Blasters just never really got into their stride at all. Surdane and Sketter, maybe we sort of got there, but once Andrew Surdane was gone, it kind of all fell to pieces from there. So, without sounding too cliche, the best team clearly won.
Yes, so we will now be taking you through to the highlights of that Bellville Blasters innings, and then we'll be chatting to the captains. Welcome here to the after-match discussions with the captains. I'm going to call on Andrew Surdane first from the Bellville Blasters, sponsored by D247. Andrew, tough day out there for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, we just couldn't get an early breakthrough, and the batsmen capitalised, and yeah, we were on the back foot the whole game then.
It was a really good partnership between the opening two batters for the Tigers. I mean, did you feel your bowlers were really struggling there?
Yeah, I mean, the deck wasn't helping a lot, and they were really executing really well, playing all around the ground. Any plans we had, they had an answer for it, and it's really difficult when it goes against you like that.
Yeah, it was a really high score, and then when you came out to bat, you looked like you were in a hurry. Some good shots there from you.
Oh yeah, I mean, when you're chasing 120, you need to go hard at the ball. Sometimes it comes off, and sometimes it just doesn't.
Yeah, a really high total to chase. You're still in the tournament though, you're still in with a chance. Are you looking forward to the next couple of matches?
Yeah, I mean, every game is just another game. You give it your all and try to get out on top.
Well, we wish you all the best for the rest of the tournament. Thank you very much. And now we're going to speak to the winning captain today, Andley Adams. Andley, come and chat to us here from the Tygerberg Tigers, sponsored by Golden 444. And it was an outstanding performance all round from your team today.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, I sent the youngsters up front and just let them express himself. And lucky for us, it came off. As I said earlier, the toss, whoever executes the plans the best of the day will probably have the win.
Yeah, so it really was a very good opening partnership. It took you right into the 80s, I think it was, and then followed it through. Jaden Hendricks with a 50. Are you happy with that?
Very happy. He struck form at the right time. He's got all the talent in the world, that boy. And I'm lucky today it paid off for him.
And when you came out to bowl, I mean, you had the highest score of the tournament so far. I don't know if you know that. 118 is the highest score. What did you say to your bowlers?
I said that still the total is on the board and we still need to execute our plan because cricket is a funny game. As soon as you think you're on a high, it can bring you down very easily. So we need to execute properly. And at the end of the day, I think my bowlers did a job.
Yeah, certainly restricting the blasters to 74 for 8 was an outstanding performance as well in the field. And young Matthew Florence behind the wickets, he kept very well.
Yeah, very well. He improved a lot over the past few months. And yeah, even with his batting, executing his plans and knowing what his options were. And I'm just glad it paid off for him as well.
So now you're on 8 points at the top of the log with the Bellville Dynamos. You're up against them within the next an hour or so. And you're looking forward to that match?
Absolutely, looking forward to that. That's going to be a tough one for us though. But we're ready for the challenge up there.
I wish you all the best for that match, and we'll chat again at the toss a bit later on.
Thanks, James.
Thank you. So that from the captains and from this match.